Good morning. Our theme this year is called Woven Together. And it's all of our lives are sort of interconnected. And today I'm introducing you to Courtney Wright. And Courtney has been a member at Pelham Road for so long, I don't remember when you came. So why don't you just begin by telling everybody about your family, okay?
Well, good morning. John is right. I truthfully can't remember exactly when I came to Pelham Road because I came here with my parents when I was younger and grew up here at Pelham Road Baptist Church, even in the after-school program. And then, life evolved, went off to college, got married. My husband and I actually met in youth group when we were in high school. And so we've been together and known each other for over 20 years.
Wow.
Married 12 years, and we have two beautiful daughters, Kimberly and Kinley.
Okay.
And so we came back to home, Pelham Road Baptist Church, and became members officially as a family several years ago, and it's definitely felt like home.
Now Kimberly is how old?
Kimberly is 11.
Kinley.
She is going into middle school, so pray for me. And then Kinley is 8.
All right. Now, how many years have you worked at Bon Secours?
I have also worked at Bon Secours for 12 years.
Okay.
So same number of years as I've been married.
And what's your responsibility there?
Responsibility at Bon Secours St. Francis is Director of Risk Management.
Okay. So that's a, more than 40-hour a week job, I would imagine. All right. And she's also in a PhD program at Anderson University. And what's that in? What's the subject?
It's a PhD in Leadership and Development.
So your time is pretty precious. So I'll get moving on here, okay? But thank you for agreeing to this. Now, I remember right where I was standing when I called you one day in the summer a few years ago. I called you and asked you if you would serve on the personnel team. And it was also a big ask because it wasn't just to serve on the personnel team, but it was to be the chairperson of the personnel team, which you had never been on. So do you remember that?
I certainly do.
Why did you say yes to me?
Well, I gotta say, I was probably initially a little bit taken back and shocked at the request. But I also felt very humbled and honored that you would consider me for that role and position, as it's a rather large and responsibility to oversee that committee and set forth the good work and what the congregation would like to see in that role.
Well, and you had several people to sort of manage is probably the wrong word, but you had to interface with several people, and you served as a bridge between the congregation and the personnel that work here. So it is a big role. So I thank you for saying yes. I still to this day just kind of believe God His Spirit must have grabbed you that day and said, you got to do this, because we really appreciate it. And you did a great job. Now, most recently, probably not most recently, because now you're on the stewardship team, but a year and a half ago, we asked you to join the team that was looking for a new staff member. What did that experience of searching for Weston, how did that shape you?
Well, John, by having two daughters myself, and we were set forth with the goal to find just the right candidate and the right person for a minister to our children, youth, and families. And I felt like I fit in all of those buckets. Mm-hmm. So it was personally a vested interest for me, but I did not carry out that work alone. I had a wonderful team, like you mentioned, led by Jonathan Duvall and other congregational members that were part of the search committee. And really, we just all came together, prayed about it, put what we felt like would be the congregation's best interest first, in finding someone that would be a perfect fit.
I think that sometimes there are people who probably think all that committee did was just really go into a prayer closet and pray. And then there's another group of people who probably think the only thing they did was just sort through resumes and just do what every other company does, and that is find the best candidate, select the best candidate. I think it'd be surprising to the congregation to realize how both of those things are true and how they feed off of each other. and how we wouldn't have gotten such a good match without that work, without y'all's prayer life and thinking about, as you put it, the congregational needs, and not your selfish needs, but the congregation's needs. And so we're very thankful for that. And that was a lot of work, because y'all remember, y'all met, what was it, 6 months it took y'all to do that?
You know, once we got rolling, it really felt like God's hand was a part of the work, because
Yeah, I remember
it
that.
flowed so effortlessly. It really did.
Yeah, the first couple of months seemed to be hard to get off the ground, but once we made a contact, it did seem like,
yes, it all fell into place.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of preparation going into it before we began interviews and meeting with prospective candidates.
okay. One final question is, you're a busy woman, work, studies, children, Kyle, all of that. Why would you give your time to this congregation, to this body of Christ? What do these people mean to you?
In one word, they mean family. And so it is my honor and pleasure to give back any way that I possibly can, because I truly believe in the work here at Pelham Road Baptist Church.
I thank you for your time this morning. Thank you for listening. We'll see you. We're going to do about 3 more of these, so I'll see you again soon.